Guys, okay, we have some important updates for each and every single one of you guys. Before we get started, I'm Jasmine from UBC.
I'm Dre.
And I'm Rachel from DWA. As you guys know, we've been dealing with similar problems in our communities, so we've been working together the last couple of weeks because, as you guys know, three brains is better than one. And no, DWA and UBC are not merging. We are two separate courses that are just coming together, collaborating to find solutions.
And as we started doing this affiliate process, we found out a lot of things that we did not know at the beginning. And now we are working tirelessly to literally give you guys the best transition to go affiliate, literally making sure that this is going to work in the community's favor. So we have a couple of things that we want to talk to you guys about so that you guys can understand and you guys are following along with these updates.
As you guys know, we've been super transparent from the very beginning, and we want to continue being transparent as we're going through this journey, figuring this out together. So Dre is going to go ahead and share a little bit more on the new updates.
This affiliate launch has been a lot for us, okay? We thought we were just going to put a little link in Stan, and it definitely wasn't that easy. It ended up being probably 10 times harder than we expected. We've had so many obstacles and so many things come up, and this is why we're sharing this update, because we do have to make some changes because of all the problems that we're encountering. All right, so I made a little bit of a slideshow just so you guys can see visually what we're talking about and understand why these changes are being made. So one of the biggest issues that we're having right now is with Stripe. You guys probably already know, if you use Stripe, you probably had some issues with them, especially if you've been selling for a little bit longer. So as we pre-launched the affiliate through Stan, you guys know that Stan uses Stripe. And when we got our first sale, oh my God, we were so excited. Okay, so it was a payment plan, $166, and we got 10% of that, which is $16. Right? $16 USD. So we got excited. We're like, we got our first sale. We called each other, and guess how much out of this money we got to keep? $5.61. We were confused. Like, we were looking at this. We called Rachel. Rachel called us, and we're like, wait, why is it like that? If you're not into numbers, don't worry. I will give you like a simpler visual example, but I know there's some numbers people on here, right? So our 10% was $16.63. The Stripe fees were around $11, and our profit was $5.61. So the Stripe fees were around 66% of our profit, of our portion. Yes, 66%. You heard that right. So we're literally getting to keep less than half of this money. That means that we actually got to keep only 3.4% of the total. So initially we're thinking, okay, we're going to get around 10%, maybe a little less after the fees, but we actually got to keep 3.4% of the total $500. And I'll explain to you guys why, because we had to do some digging to figure out why. I actually sent this screenshot over to Stan, which is why it was even already highlighted. We were so confused. We were trying to figure out what was going on. I'm going to give you guys one more example of a full payment where we collected $50, 10% of 500. We got $50, and we got to keep 28 Canadian. Okay. So I put everything down in USD here because the Canadian is a little confusing. Again, we got 10%, which is $49.90. The Stripe fees in this case were $30 US, which is 60% of our 49. So again, more than half that Stripe is taking from us. And we're literally like emailing this to Stan, like, what's going on? Like, which means that we are keeping around 3.9% of the total, not 10%, but 3.9%. And we actually looked across like all the sales that we've gotten in the last week, and the average is around 3.6%. So we're keeping around 3.5% instead of 10%, what we originally thought. And now you're probably thinking, why? Like, this doesn't make any sense, which is the same thing that we thought. As you guys know, we've never had an affiliate program before. Me, Jasmine, Rachel, this is our first course that we've ever made. So we thought when we were creating this affiliate program that, we're going to be splitting the money. We get 10%.